Sushi is another thing that I love because you can put anything in here. Like for instance, if you have something hot like that Mongolian beef substitute I used, you can put that in your sushi. You can put raw mushrooms in your sushi, avocados. There's lots of yummy stuff you can put into your sushi. Make it different every time. And so in your recipe book, I'm gonna give you like 4 or 5 different sushi recipes that you can use. People that are trying to get away from bread and sandwiches and stuff like that, this is great because it's like a little pocket lunch, the spring rolls and the sushi. It's stuff that you can just make up, hold in your hand and eat it like a sandwich, but you don't have the damaging effects of bread and wheat if you're having gluten problems. And so basically anything you can stuff in a sandwich, you can put in a spring roll wrapper or a sushi wrapper and it works really great. So I'm just gonna show you like one of my favorite vegetarian vegetable kind of sushis and see how you like it. Now with this, I've made a curry almond sauce to go with it. And with sushi, it's all about the sauce. I've been to sushi restaurants that, you know, they were okay, but it was just super bland. And then I've been to other sushi restaurants that were just like, wow, that was really fabulous. And after like figuring out what the deal was, it's all about the sauce. The ones that have the really yummy sauces, those are the sushis that I love. And the ones that are just kind of like bland, they don't have great sauce. So I've made a curry almond sauce that goes really well with the vegetables and it really picks up the flavor of the sushi. So I think you guys are gonna like this. Just got some sliced zucchini. You can do this on the mandolin or you can just cut it with a knife. Now with the sushi and the spring rolls, can you guys see this? Like divide the wrapper into thirds and stuff it like on this third. You don't want to put it in the middle. You want to keep it on the front of it, and that'll make it easier to roll. I'm going to put some green onions in there as well, a little bit of carrots. Now, if you have a hard time with being on a vegetarian or a vegan diet, because you're always hungry and you're never satisfied, and it just doesn't seem filling enough for you, increasing the amount of nuts and seeds in your diet really helps to like improve the nutrition value and to make you feel like you're full and satisfied. Hemp seeds are a complete protein. They have all 20 amino acids in there and all 9 of the essential amino acids that your body doesn't produce. And hemp seeds are like one of the only vegetarian sources of complete protein all in one thing. So hemp seeds are a superfood. You can get them at your local health food store, and they have like a pretty pleasant flavor. You can make nut milks out of them. In previous classes, I've showed you how to make nut milks. All you do is put the hemp seeds in the blender with some water, blend it up, add some honey and a little bit of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and it makes a really, really yummy nut milk with hemp seeds that's super nutritious for you. Anytime you put them into your sandwiches, your salad dressings, or sprinkle them on salads, it's going to improve the nutrient content, and it's just going to make the flavor really amazing. Okay, now with sushi also, I was trying to find those cute little mushrooms because with sushi, the other fun part is looking at it and looking how cute it is. And they always have those little things sticking out the ends that are darling. Couldn't find any cute stuff to stick out the ends, but I'll try to make it look pretty anyways. All right, so alfalfa sprouts, and you can put bean sprouts in here. Alfalfa sprouts, it's really cool with sunflower sprouts. Those are really cute, and it looks pretty sticking out the end. Tomato gives a nice, like normally sushi has raw fish in it, and if you slice up your tomatoes, it gives it kind of like the same sort of texture as raw fish, and it's kind of a pinkish color. So. It's a nice way to trick yourself into thinking you're eating real sushi.
Do you have a reason for not using raw fish?
The classes that I teach, I try to teach them as close to 100% vegan as I can. The research shows that if you eat less than 5% of your daily calories of animal products, and that includes dairy, eggs, meat, fish, any kind of animal products that's not vegetable based, If you keep that down below 5%, you drastically reduce your risk of cancer and all sorts of other diseases. Anytime it goes above the 5% mark, your risks of cancers, diabetes, heart disease, it increases exponentially, not just a little bit, but for every percentage above 5%, it increases a lot. And so I try to teach most of my classes as close to completely vegan as possible, because most people are trying to lose weight, they're trying to reverse diabetes, they're trying to reverse their health conditions, they're trying to feel better, and you just can't do that eating animal products. And the research is showing more and more that the more strictly vegan you can be, the better protection you have against getting chronic illnesses, and the more chance you have of being able to reverse your symptoms if you already do have chronic illness. The other thing with fish is the waters of our earth are so contaminated right now. It's nearly impossible to get fish that does not have heavy metal toxicity and other toxins. So what happens is the fish, they're always running the water through them. That's the way they breathe. They absorb all the toxins from the toxic water and it concentrates it into the fish. So I read this thing once, and I can't remember the exact numbers, but you'll get the idea. They're saying if you go to a polluted lake and drink the water from the polluted lake, you can drink like 50 or 100 gallons of that polluted water and get the same amount of toxins as eating one fish that's been in that lake for a while. So those aren't the exact numbers, but that's the general idea. So the fish concentrate all those toxins, and there's really not a whole lot of places you can get pure fish that hasn't been toxified from the waters, just because that's where all our industrial byproducts are going, is into the water. So I try to, the health experts right now are recommending that you just don't ever eat fish at all. And a couple years ago, they were recommending only eat it once a week or something like that, and the latest recommendation is just stay away from fish and any kind of sea animal products. So, yes, it is sad. On that note, with fish oil, because fish oil is one of the sources of your omega-3s that are helping people reduce inflammation and improve their health, there are fish oils that have been processed in a way to remove all the toxic and heavy metals, the toxins and heavy metals out of the fish oil. It's called pharmaceutical grade, and what that means is it's been rigorously inspected to make sure that all the heavy metals and all the toxins have been taken out. So if you are taking fish oils for your health, first of all, it needs to be in a liquid form, not in capsule form. All the capsules out there are rancid. There's just no way to keep it fresh and keep it from oxidizing. So you need to make sure it's liquid, you need to make sure it's refrigerated, and you need to make sure that it's pharmaceutical grade. And one way to kind of check it for yourself, you can check out the company and see what their processing procedures are, but just take a sniff. If it smells fishy, it's rancid. If you eat it and it makes you burp up that fishy flavor, it's rancid. So most fish oil out there is rancid. You got to be really careful where you get it from. It's great for your health if you get the right kind in the right place, but you got to be super careful about that. And most fish oil is rancid. So you can do the sniff check or the burp check, or you can call the company and see how they manufacture their products. Okay, so this curry almond sauce, what I've done is you can either use almond butter or fresh almonds that you've soaked and then blended up. Either one works. And I find that adding the hemp seeds and the almond sauce to the sushi, it makes it taste good, but it also makes it really filling. So like the sushi can be a whole meal instead of just a little snack on the side. And again, you take the roller, can you guys see that? And you want to make it super tight. So you fold it over, then kind of like pull it back, and then roll it as tight as possible, like that. Cut it into your little sushi pieces. Or you can just eat it like a burrito. Whatever suits your fancy. And you can do it like they do it at the sushi restaurant, where you stick it up like so and make it pretty, or you can just eat it like a burrito. And there you go. You guys can give that a taste and see what you think. Also, I just want to show you, avocado is something else. Like, I totally missed that. Avocado is something else that makes your sushi really filling. And I'll show you how they cut that to make it really easy for you. Just cut your avocado in half. Run your knife through there. And then you just lift up and it makes nice little avocado slices for you. You guys see how to do that? Avocado is kind of hard to manage if you don't know how to cut it, but that's the easiest way to do it. And then you can just slice through, and each slice you kind of scoop it out with the knife. And a butter knife actually works better than a sharp knife. And then you just put that in the middle of your sushi, and it makes a nice filling and dense component to your sushi that fills you up. Any questions?